I never thought I'd have to say this as a police chief, but a teenage boy once tried to steal my Mustang, and when I told him no, he called the cops on me. Said it used to be his dad's car, and since I wasn't using it enough, he figured it was his now. The kicker, his mama was the president of our HOA, and the cherry on top, I am the chief of police. But let me take you back to where it all started, because this wasn't just about a car. This was about control, entitlement, and a neighborhood war that ended with more than one person in handcuffs. We moved into Briarwood Estates about 9 months ago. Me, my wife Camille, and our rescue dog Roscoe. I'd been a homicide detective for most of my career, and I'd finally made chief. Camille and I thought this place, quiet cul-de-sac, trimmed hedges, dog walkers with lattes in hand, might be our soft landing after 20 years of running toward danger. Camille had a theory the day we moved in. She said, for every perfect lawn out here, there's a perfectly hidden psycho behind the door. I laughed it off, thought she was being dramatic. Turns out, she wasn't wrong. The first sign came in the form of a cream-colored envelope tucked under the wiper blade of my F-150. Gold seal, oak tree emblem, the whole pompous package. Camille read it first, sipping her coffee on the porch. "Looks like we've already committed a crime," she said dryly. According to Section C, Paragraph 4 of the Briarwood HOA bylaws, our trash bins were visible from the street for more than 12 hours post-pickup. We were 9 hours over. Level 1 infraction. Next time, $50 fine. Signed with a flourish by one Beverly Langston, HOA president. Now Camille, she's calm, brilliant, and usually 2 steps ahead of me. But the moment she saw that letter, she turned into a lawyer, a detective, and a hurricane all at once. Trash bins, Mark? Behind the hedges? Unless someone's 8 feet tall or using a drone, no way they saw that. I tried to play it down. Let's just roll the bins back earlier. It's not worth the fight. But Camille shook her head. You still don't get it. We're the only black family on this block. This ain't about trash cans. It's about testing us, seeing if we'll play along or push back. She was right. I've seen that pattern on the force 100 times. Little violations become tools for control. First it's trash bins, next it's mailbox color or lawn decor. But even then, I didn't think we were headed for war. Then came Bryce. Saturday morning, clear skies, Marvin Gaye playing low from my radio as I waxed my 1967 cherry red Mustang, a car I spent 5 years restoring bolt by bolt. It was my sanctuary. When I'm under that hood, I'm not Chief Morales. I'm just a guy with a wrench and something I can actually fix. That's when he walked up, Bryce Langston. 18, maybe 19, popped collar, boat shoes, khaki shorts, and the smugness of a kid who's never heard no. He didn't say hi, just stared at the Mustang like it owed him something. Nice ride, he said, but it wasn't a compliment. He walked up my driveway, rubbed his hand along the fender I'd just polished, left a smudge that made my eye twitch. Looks just like the one my dad used to have. Same color, same year. Wow. I paused, forced a calm tone. Classic car. A lot of folks love these. He didn't budge. This one's ours, though. My mom said if we ever saw it again, we should take it back. I blinked. You're joking? I'm gonna need the keys, he said, dead serious. I laughed, couldn't help it. Son, you're on my property, touching my car, and saying some of the dumbest things I've heard all year. Walk away, now. And that's when he dropped the mask. Look, immigrant, he hissed. My mom runs this place. You think that car's yours? You think you belong here? Before I could respond, I heard her, the screech of Beverly Langston coming down the sidewalk, visor on, tennis whites glowing in the sun, phone already pressed to her ear. "Bryce, step away from him! He's aggressive! I'm calling the police!" I just stood there, arms crossed, watching her put on a performance for the ages. "Yes, officer, there's a suspicious male at 314 Magnolia Drive. He's trying to steal our car. My son tried to stop him, and I think he might be armed." I didn't say a word. I didn't have to, because those sirens she heard, they were my guys. 3 squad cars pulled up like it was a drug bust. Officers I'd trained, mentored, led into real danger. And there I was, shirt untucked, car wax in hand, watching Beverly point at me like I was public enemy number 1. The moment they recognized me, the air shifted. Officer Randall stepped forward. "Chief?" "Afternoon, Randall," I said calmly. "Looks like we've got ourselves a misunderstanding." Beverly's face cracked. "Chief, what do you mean? Arrest him. That's our car." Just then, Bryce, brilliant strategist that he is, lunged for the door handle like he was about to reenact Fast and Furious. Officer Stevens tackled him so fast he face-planted on my lawn. I turned to Randall. "False report, racially motivated, attempted auto theft by the young man. Body cams have it all." Beverly started stammering. "It just looks like our car. I didn't know." She didn't know a damn thing, but she knew this. She'd lost. Publicly, humiliatingly. And that kind of person doesn't disappear quietly. They double down. Camille, of course, was already planning. "She's wounded," she said that night. "We finish this. We get her out of HOA leadership." But I knew better. To take down someone like Beverly, you don't need a sledgehammer. You need a scalpel. Evidence, patterns, a motive. So we dug. Legally, as homeowners, we requested HOA records, budgets, contracts, meeting minutes. Nothing threatening, just business. After a week of silence and a few gentle legal reminders, we got access. And in that mountain of spreadsheets, we found it. A new security contract, $5,000 a month to a company called Briarwood Safety Services, LLC. Created 6 months ago. No website, no contact number. The registered agent, Paula Langston, Beverly's sister. The employees, according to redacted invoices, Bryce and his idiot friends. That's right, we were paying Beverly's son and his crew $60,000 a year to drive around and keep the neighborhood safe. And the kicker? All the vandalism that justified this contract started right after the company was created. It was a full-circle scam. Create the problem, sell the solution, and pocket the cash. We compiled everything, documents, testimony, even a petition to remove the board. And we had help, specifically from our neighbor, Pete Henderson. Pete wore loud Hawaiian shirts and loved to gossip. But behind the jokes, Pete had reach. People trusted him. And when we told him what we'd found, he was all in. We were ready for the HOA meeting. Then the retaliation came. 2 nights before the meeting, I woke up to the sound of glass shattering. Camille and I rushed to the window, and what we saw made my blood boil. 4 masked figures on our lawn. One sprayed a red line across our garage. Another hurled a brick through our front window. But the real target? My Mustang. They poured paint thinner on it, took a crowbar to the windshield, laughed while doing it. I nearly grabbed my gun, but Camille stopped me. "We've got cameras. Let 'em hang themselves." And boy, did they. The footage showed everything. Faces clear as day. Hoodies halfway off. Bryce, his crew, all on the clock for Beverly's fake company. We had them, dead to rights. But that wasn't the twist. No, the twist came later that night when I reviewed the footage one last time. In the corner, near the streetlight, a 5th figure, watching, phone in hand. Hawaiian shirt? It was Pete. At first, I thought he'd called to warn us, but the timestamp told another story. He was already there, already watching, already calling. I ran his name, found a small vendor contract, $500 a month for landscape consulting. Been pulling that trick for years. Nothing big, nothing flashy. But Beverly's election? That was opportunity. Or blackmail. Either way, Beverly had used her greed to build a bigger scam. She took the heat, he took the money. And I, thinking I was using him, was being used right back. At the HOA meeting, the room was packed. Camille stood beside me, calm and focused. Beverly sat up front, all smug and smugger. I stood up. I moved to remove the board on grounds of fraud and abuse of power. People gasped. Camille handed out packets. I